Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Fernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are welcome in the essence. This broadcast, Brownstone, the light is contagious. But you need go on and receive it for yourself. Just open it, exuberant, evolution, excited. We standing on the foundation of expression. You might have seen, you might have been, or you could have gravitated. Our foundation, we want to create a space for all to collaborate and be liberated from eventually all over the globe. And we are extending a hand to those who are an extension from maybe platforms, dig into another stratosphere. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Fernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. And that is MSG, the message in the message. I can OD on my execution of excellency. And this as a man right now, and things aren't created, but see true.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the night shift on a Friday. Let's get into it. A couple things that I definitely want to go over today. This show is dedicated to my great nephew. His name is William Brooks. He lost his life last night in an unfortunate incident in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And my family is devastated, as am I. I wanted to make sure that I still come on and I go live, because it kind of hit me in the chest a little bit when I saw it. Thank you. Because it was on the news before a lot of the family found out. So shout out to my niece and my sister, her mom. This has been an interesting day. I've been kind of walking around numb, like, is this really happening? He was 21, new dad. He's getting ready to get married. He's getting his car worked on when it happened. And I'm furious because he was just getting his car worked on. So today we are dedicating this to him and to his my niece and my family, because it's getting ready to be, yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into it just a little bit. Tonight. I definitely wanted to go over a couple of things that I find to be a bit disconcerting, because y'all, these people crazy. They're crazy. They are absolutely insane. And I wish I had better ways to put it than just, and I thank you for that, CJ Vasquez, and anybody that is, yeah. The wind got knocked out of me today, for real. It really, really did. So, news and information. March tomorrow, hoping for more than 3.5%. 3.5% of the population. Angie T. Hey, Angie T. How are you? Hey, Devon. I received that. I received all of that. Thank you so much for that. I needed that right now on today. On today, like the old folks say, which I am, one of the old heads. Okay. So, let's get into some news and information really quick because I think it is vital to kind of stay up to par with what is currently happening right now. We know that the Trump administration has already started destroying parts of the Caribbean, shooting up boats and stuff. And I appreciate you all. I really do. And now people are saying, well, what are you doing? And so now Venezuela said, hold my beer. Venezuela said, no, we ain't going. We're not doing it. So they are setting up, and I'm going to highlight it. I always lose my notes because throughout the day, I'm just going, and I lose my place. So let's talk about this. We got to talk about this because again, okay, if you just that's what they said. So, and I want to talk about that this U.S. Venezuela tension that's rising, and we need to be paying attention to that in addition to everything else that this administration is doing because word on the street. Hey, moms and stitches, how are you? Underground tunnel between Alaska and what? Girl. Oh my God. I just said that, yes. I feel like we need to be saying wake up like Dap did in school days because I can't okay, so let's talk about what's happening in Venezuela right now. So right now, Venezuela has moved troops and militia units to its Caribbean coastline. Not sure if you guys heard about that, and they're calling it their defensive readiness. And that's okay, Tete, if you don't know. Venezuela. So let's do some research, shall we? Ooh, it's yellow. All right, so it's a South American country on the northeast border by the Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, Colombia, Brazil, and Guyana. Its capital is Caracas, and it is a federal presidential republic with Spanish as the official language. Historically wealthy nation due to its oil, Venezuela has experienced severe economic collapse, hyperinflation, and a humanitarian crisis, leading to millions trying to flee the country, which is why we saw such an influx of people from Venezuela coming to this country and seeking asylum, and we're getting it, mind you. They were getting protected, they had protected status, and so that's how they were getting here. Let's give a little back history to this, right? And then some of y'all see, I can't do this without putting on my thinking cap. Hey, Samantha, how are you? So I'm trying to dig deep in this, and I want y'all to pay attention to this hot mess that so all right, let's back up just a little bit, and I just did. So let's back up and let's talk about what happened in Venezuela. So these people are looking for asylum, and they got it. They came to the U.S. I don't know how they got there. That's not what we're here for tonight. And so in the midst of getting here, they received asylum. Hey, Mama Cruz, thank you so much for that. Welcome, welcome. Once they received that, the government started to move these folks, once they got asylum status, to specific areas throughout the U.S. Where would that be, you may ask? Well, places like Chicago. They were literally giving these people places to live, big screen TVs, PlayStations, games, XYZ. Y'all remember this. This isn't new information that I'm not telling you. And they set them up. Not only did they set them up, but they set them up also in New York as well. And other areas, mainly highly melanated areas already. They were being placed. And hey, hello, Celsachito. Hello, Lenore. How are you? And so these people were coming into these areas. You remember that, Mama Cruz beat? And so how I remember this is because I was reporting on it. And so as I was reporting on it, I was learning that the Black folks in the area was like, How y'all bringing these people here and giving them all this help, and I can't even get Social Security, I can't get Medicaid, I can't get none of this, and you're dropping these people off in my community and I can't get any help? What's going on? Y'all remember that? So they got there. Hey JLS, how are you? JLSP. Yep. So many of you all remember this. So now this, I don't think this has been 3 years ago, Tay. So this was happening during the Biden administration. They were dropping these folks off. No, this is not how we feel. This is we're giving information, kind of. You remember this, Kayshawn? So I remember talking about this in some capacity, and people were pissed. And I was like, well, why are they dropping in people off in these areas and giving them? And I felt for this guy. I remember him yelling. He was on a bicycle, and he was hot. He was like, how dare you? Da 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 da. This, that, and the third. Well, they brought those people in. And I need y'all to pay attention. You hear me? I need you. Now I sound like your big mama on a Friday night because we getting ready to play Uno and play a couple of rounds of dominoes. I'm being silly. So now you got them in the centralized area. Are you following where I'm going with this? You got them in this area. You dropped them off there. So of course you know where they are. They were setting them up in old schools, yes. So they knew where they were. Of course, yes. So let's put that in perspective. So now all along, regardless of when they got them in there, they were there. And they went right to those communities where they were and picked them up. Because they put them in an area. Well, yeah. So let's talk about that. Transformation butterfly. Yep. Because Trump said, if anybody's coming in here under asylum, it's going to be white people. No more people of color. He's very clear. And he's going to get what he wants. And I'm going to say that all night because ain't nobody in this room. Nobody. We're going to keep talking. We ain't going to do shit. Let's just have that conversation. Because we're too comfortable. Yep. I'm expecting a couple of you all to leave at this point because I just told the truth. The EBT video, thank you so much for that. Yep. So, yes, come on up in here. So I say that maybe to be a bit facetious, but maybe not. Because we didn't stop it when they brought them here. And now they were here. And now here's because I want us to stop thinking that this just happened out of the freaking blue. This was a setup, y'all. And not so much by the Biden administration, but because they knew where they were. They knew where they were. Exactly. Sounds like a setup, don't it? All the way around. Because you knew exactly where to go. And that is where you dropped those folks off from the beginning. You brought them here. You brought those people here as asylum seekers. Now, all of a sudden, you got free access to them because you know where they are. And you dropped them off in Black and brown communities. I don't want us to forget that. Because you couldn't drop them off in suburbia. You couldn't do that. Am I glitching the algorithm? Yeah. So jar your memory just a little bit. Jar your memory. Because we were mad at Biden for that. I was like, what? Because I felt the pain. I was like, wait a minute, what you mean? Yeah. Martha Vineyard, remember? And it wasn't, I'm just thinking of the ones I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm sure that they were dropping them off in other areas. I'm not sure, but think Abbott did it too. Yeah. That had already struggled seeing new folks with more and not even Americans. That was perfect. Yeah. You remember? Yep. And it ain't been 2 years, I don't think. But I think, yeah, it was during the Biden administration. All of that was going on. Yep. New York City was having a hell of a time with it as well. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is to answer Tay-Tay's question about you don't know much about, buses and planes, and planes everywhere. Dropping them off. They was getting huge amounts of food stamps. Remember that? Large amounts of food stamps. They were getting free housing. They were getting set up, right? So these people were being brought here as asylum seekers because of what was going on with Maduro, who basically said, hey, I want to be the president of Venezuela, so I'm just going to take it. And he did. And he started terrorizing these folks. Yeah, and then people got tired and they come up out of there running. So now they're here. And now they want them out. But let's not pretend that we didn't know that they were here. I just want to kind of jar our memory a little bit. You remember that, Joe? It'll come to you. Because I absolutely remember people being upset about it. Yeah. JLSP, come on with it. He said, She said, Devon said, damn. Yeah. And it wasn't much I could say about it because we just let folks just so they would have their proof. Well, yeah, they had the proof. Seattle, Oregon, San Francisco, Oakland, and Louisiana, LA as well. So they've been dropped off all over the country. Isn't that interesting? Those are the exact same places that they're picking these same people up from to begin with. The U.S. put sanctions on Venezuela, crashed their economy, and that's why they came. Thank you for that. Because I hadn't even got that far yet, but you beat me to it. They're having an economic crisis right now. Their economy is reliant on oil. Yeah. So in the 50s, oil money made Venezuela one of the most prosperous countries in Latin America with a strong middle class. You see the connection, all the blue states that they targeted. Come on. You see it, and so what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're always going to follow the what? The money. Hey, Sandy. So what do you think it is, JLSP? Follow the money. What do you think it is? Argentina, and it was 40. Yes. Yep, that part. Making sense? And that $40 billion is private credit. It's private credit through private businesses, billion-dollar businesses. So it's really it's US dollars, but it's I think a large portion of it is not taxpayer money, but it still doesn't matter. So what they did, Venezuela, according to the news sources that I am looking at right now, Venezuela was sanctioned due to criminal, anti-democratic, and corrupt actions by the government, particularly under Nicolas Maduro. The sanctions initially began with specific individuals and entities, but have expanded to target key sectors of the Venezuelan economy. But if that's the case, then we could do the same thing with sugar. Ooh. Did I say that? I did. Yeah. That's a whole different conversation for another day, though. Yeah, because sugar is dealing with a very similar issue, because the sugar that is being processed here in this country is actually owned by a neighbor of Donald Trump's, who also lives in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, and they've also sanctioned him and his, I think his sons or his brothers, like him and his brother own the sugar company. And the reason why they sanctioned them is because they're actually practicing out loud slavery. Hey, Carol Sue. CNH. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I just read. Yeah, y'all didn't know that? Oh, it's a hot mess. Well, just recently, there was some kind of pardon or something that was done when he first got in office. And they wrote like this beautiful letter and was like, we thank President Trump for, helping us, blah, 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 something. And, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But they still have slaves that are harvesting the sugar cane for the sugar that are on our shelves. Yeah, that part. Yep, CNH. It was Domino. That's right. Yeah, CNH and Domino are owned by the same company. Yeah, they are. And then you have the sugar refinery down there in Savannah, Georgia, that they're a part of. Do we stop buying sugar? My thing is, I would find a store brand, but it's hard to say because the store brands are really just the bigger brand, just with the store name on it. And it's up to you. It's your choice. Now, I myself, I use stevia, but yeah. So it's just I need, and the reason why we keep bringing this up, because all of this stuff is connected. Ain't none of it without some type of connection somewhere to this dude. You use organic sugar? Yes, and there are other sugar replacements like stevia. You also have what's another one? Splenda is deep, and it's not new because this issue has been going. Yes, it has. It sure has. Coconut palm sugar is the best. Yep. Local honey. So there are options that you can get around, but you definitely need to a whole lady said a whole. Did you just have that realization like, oh, snap, I could have had a V8? Like, oh, you knew, and then it just hit you. Y'all heard about this one? I couldn't wait to pull this up again. I didn't even want to do an announcement for this because I wanted to announce it here. If you have not heard, Trump says he has commuted the sentence of George Santos in his federal fraud case. Because if we just going down the rabbit hole, you get your honey from local farmers. I get my honey from local farmers too. It's good stuff. Did you see that, Carol Sue? And if you must remember, when he was about to be sentenced, he was all on social media and everything, crying and talking about, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. He announced today that he had commuted the sentence of George Santos, the disgraced former New York representative and serial fabulist, who had been sentenced to more than 7 years in prison after a short-lived political career marked by outlandish fabrications and fraudulent scheming. I feel like I should have a cup of hot tea and a fan and some gloves for this, because baby, is hot. Okay. And why are we surprised though? Because even when he said he was going to reach out and ask Trump for this, he didn't know if he was going to get it or not. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, today. So, in a Truth Social post, he called Santos somewhat of a rogue, but expressed sympathy for the New York Republican. He was sentenced in April after pleading guilty last year to wire fraud. Yeah, and aggravated identity theft. I just signed a commutation releasing George Santos from prison immediately, he said in a lengthy post. Yep, that's what I said, JLSP. Diddy is next. Good luck, George. Have a great life. No highly favored. It's a distraction. Yes. So he reported to federal prison in New Jersey in July, and he started serving out his 7-year sentence for charges that ultimately led to his expulsion from Congress in 2023. So Trump's post suggested he was moved by a letter penned by Santos that was published in a local Long Island newspaper this week. Santos wrote about his life in solitary confinement and made direct pleas to the president for a chance to rebuild. I ain't gonna do it no more. Please just get me out of here. I ain't gonna do it no more. Please just get me out of here. So he issued the commutation after a push from key Republican allies. All while we are in the middle of day 17 of a government shutdown. That's my question, Carol. So why was he in solitary confinement? Was he scared? Because he's, he is from the LGBTQIA community. So maybe he was scared. Lady, you are correct. I'm just saying. It could be anything, but that might have something to do with it. Because he did mention that when he was, hey, P.I., how are you? So he did mention that when he was online crying, talking about he had to go to prison and he didn't know how he was going to handle it because he was going to have to leave his husband and so forth. And excused for more than $500,000 in victim restitution. See, come on, Gilbo. They were probably trying to keep him safe from others. That's what I said, Sandy. That's what I meant when I said that. I should have been a little bit more clear. Absolutely. So thank you for those of you all who are watching on the other platforms. I do appreciate you guys. Let me go ahead and turn on these comments so you all can get to talking if you want to. All right. But yeah, so his sentence has been commuted. So yeah. I don't even, yeah. Proof of what? K times. What proof of about Argentina? They make you tired. Child, listen. They probably put him there while they worked on commutation. You already know that's what they did. You know. Hey, bookish black boy mom, how are you? Good to see you this evening. I mean, so now we've learned about Venezuela. We've kind of had a recap of how all the Venezuelans ended up in the areas that have recently been seeing a lot of heavy ice activity, because y'all just knew where to go because y'all put them there. You put them there. Why, thank you. I cut a commercial today. So whenever folks want me to cut a commercial, I put a little face on. A simple thing, but and I edit it and send it on. So, and it is a Good Friday because we're going to do a special project tonight, folks. If you all are so inclined. Oh my God, stop. We're going to be doing a project this evening. So the project, thank you so much, Carol Sue. So this is the project. Grab your pen, grab your paper. We are officially single parents with 3 children, 1 job that pays us $10 an hour, and you work 38 hours a week. Y'all ready to do some math? Not only that, but you get food stamps. You also live in the state of Arkansas. Let's make it real good. You ready? So grab your pen and your paper, because it's Friday. But we done gave him enough information all week long. Listen. Let's do this project because I want to share. What happened? The ice got stuck. So grab something to write with. Here you are. You are a single parent. Single parent with 3 kids under the age of 12. Okay? Which means every last one of them needs what? Daycare. You said I'm stressed with my ex, but that ain't even bad as a scenario. Okay, hold on, just a minute. You make $10 an hour. You work at a local retail store. You do not make enough because you only work 38 hours per week. You are paid bi-weekly. You live in Arkansas. So let's see. I know I'm trying to make a point here. I'm singing a lot of people's songs. So let's see how much it is. Let's see if we can pull up something. Let's go by Arkansas. We don't know. Let's see. Let's pull the calculator. Eligibility calculator. If you go over to, where's my mouse? There we go. If you go over to the eligibility, it's called Snap Screener. So there are 4 people in the house. Does your household include someone who would know? Does your household include a student attending college? No. Monthly household income before taxes with jobs or self-employment. I just said 38 hours. How many is that? 76 hours every 2 weeks. 76 times, let's see. That's 152. So I am bringing home $1,052 a month. Household income from other sources. I don't have anything else. Total resources. I don't have any resources. I don't have any bank account. I don't have nothing. Am I black or they don't ask that? Monthly dependent care costs. So my monthly dependent care costs per child, since they're in school currently, we're going to say is $80 per child per week. So we're looking at $240. $240 times 4. Y'all don't mind me. That's $960. That's my whole damn check right there. Monthly court order payments by your child. I can't get them because I can't find it. My rent, I live in the projects, is $360 a month. Monthly homeowners insurance, property taxes, no. I don't have any because I live in the projects. Does your household lack a permanent residence sleep in? No, because I live in the projects. Which of the following utility bills do I pay? I pay heating and cooling, electricity, and I pay for a phone. Do I get WIC? No, because my children are old enough to go to school. All right, let's see. Now, because I'm not making any money, no vouchers for daycare, no. And 9 times out of 10, I would be able to get them, right? Because what it's telling me here in the state of Arkansas that I may be eligible for $994 a month for 4 people. Okay. So it tells me here, So we start with calculating your gross income, $1,052. And then they put in this earned income deduction. So basically it says you don't have no money, so we're going to give you some, and it's in your food stamps. So you would get $993 per month for you and your kids. So let's start with $993. $993. Because after you pay utilities, after you pay your phone bill so that you can keep in touch with the kids, and you have a basic phone, right? You have like a prepaid phone where you're paying $25 a month for that sucker because you can't afford anything else. And how you are able to balance everything is you don't have a car. And the only way that you're able to get back and forth living in a small town, like say, for instance, I'm just West Bubble Jump, whatever, is you walk wherever you go. And you work at the local Dollar General because that's the only thing that's close enough to the projects. So you're sitting on $993 a month worth of food stamps. So at least you and your kids could eat. Devon says, huh? I see. Is this making sense? Provide free childcare via possibly a local community college program serviced by interns. So sad. It's so sad. It's so hard for people to live. Yes. So y'all get it, right? Okay. So you have $993 on average. Wishock said not in Arkansas. But this is Arkansas. It's saying this is possible. You and I both know this a lie right here for 4 people. But this is what they're currently saying. Right? And so if you have all of this other stuff, that's what, so a lot, yeah, it's a lot. Oh, absolutely. But I'm gonna go with it. It's not affiliated with any government programs. It just says a SNAP screener. So let me see if I can find another one, because that's what it's saying. And I don't believe it, because I know it's like a window. Hold on. Here we go. This is better. Here's the actual. So a family of 4, yeah, it is maximum benefit. Did you catch that? Maximum benefit is $994. And the income limit is $3,482 for a family of 4. Right. So what about car payment or bus expenses? But this person, clothes, kids are going to grow, all of that. Yep. So we're walking everywhere because we can't afford a car. And if we had one, it's probably broke down up under a tree somewhere, and we got to rely on Mr. Shade Tree Mechanic. Oh, I'm telling my business. Oh my God. Hey. True story. I know a lot of people that are like that. Yeah, no bus in rural areas, right? You don't have any. So you got to walk wherever you go. It's the truth. Take a sip for me, please. Yes, I just did. So you have to walk wherever you go because you don't have a car. The car that you do have is sitting up under the tree until when? Tax season. So you can either A, get it fixed, or get another piece of car where you have a little bit of car note. But you have $994 in food stamps. Now, of that $994, let's break that down. Okay? Because y'all can say what you want to, but food is high. Right, a POS. What's in the cup? Water. Yes, it is. I promise y'all, it's straight up water. Water. For real. One thing I will never do, you would have to have 5 or 6 kids to get that much money in food money. Carol Eve, you live check to check. So we're going with the maximum benefit. Here's the truth. I'm going to just go here. When I was receiving food stamps living in Arkansas for myself and 2 children, I was getting $225 a month. That ain't no money. That ain't no money. And I was working a job making, what was I making at that hotel? I was working at a hotel overnight so I could go to class during the day. I was making $8.25 an hour. Guess how old I was? Oh, I think I was 40. I'm 54. This was, how old was KJ? KJ was 6, I think, at the time. So it's possible. Yes. Yep. And same here. And I'm still like that, even now. And they ding you for working. So here's the thing. So let's go with what they say. Because remember now, these are real scenarios. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because for the people that are on Meta and okay, so the people on Meta are really, really mean. They're a different group of people. But then some people, but see, the people on Meta, they'll tell you, they're like, it's time for you to go back to work. Baby, I work every day. I'm making $10 an hour. I work at the local Dollar Tree or the Dollar General, right? And guess what? One of the other things is like we said, she don't have a car. She don't have a car. And yeah, Meta got some rude people over there. They're so unkind. That's what the whole video was about today that I did about y'all have to be careful how you say things and how you treat folks. So how do I get reduced? I can't afford my job insurance. Well, here's the thing. In this scenario, Shanti, that we're doing with the 38 hours, you can't get job insurance because you're not what? You're not full time. But it's the only game in town. And sometimes you might not get 38 hours a week. Because if you can't work at the local mercantile, which is the Family Dollar or the food, whatever, you're probably at the local grocer or you're at the local mill where everybody has worked for 40, 50 years and ain't leaving. So you can't even get on. Exactly. So they don't have to pay you health care. They will not put you on full time, or they'll have you go through their very own temp agency. Yes. A lot of people are not working with, So they're not working with temp agencies anymore. They have their own. So they don't have to give you, because as long as you're temping, they don't have to do that. You don't qualify for anything, Bookish Black Boy Mom says. So are we following where we're going right now? So this right here is super important because let's talk about this. If we're breaking this down, and my brain just stopped working. I have $248 a week to buy groceries for 4 people. How am I going to do that? That roast was $45. I'm not kidding. 38. I said 38. I wrote it down. 38 hours right there in my awful handwriting. Buying in bulk, meal prepping, food banks. Because really, and then sometimes there's 5 weeks in a month. Right. And Alexa, you're right. But remember, this person lives in a rural area, which means, guess what? There's probably not a lot of food banks, and there very well may only be access to a Walmart in her area or other big box retailer because nothing else is there because it's all been stripped away because the big box retailer has taken over everything. Krista, you sound like me. I was like, nah, I'm good. And it would make the pay even less. So there, she's got $248. Now let's keep it 100 because let's put this in perspective. She does not have enough money to pay for her utilities or her phone bill, so she can keep in touch with her children or even try to find a better job opportunity. So what you think she's gonna do with some of that $993? Don't act like y'all don't know. Period. Exactly. She's going to sell some of them because she has to. She got to. She has to. So that she can have enough. Let's go there, D. You are correct. So now she got two options. She going to sell and she going to get her boo thing. And she may not like him. And that boo thing better know how to fix cars. It is. Okay, times. But that's why they have the card now. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to go with my homegirl and I'm going to sell her about maybe $250 worth. So I can have a little money in my pocket because I need a little money in my pocket. Because so-and-so, little Ray Ray right here, guess what? He's still in pull-ups. That costs money. You see what I'm saying? With a cart, no, you just go with them. I've seen people do it. Go with them. $50 for a pack of pull-ups. But are you following where I'm going with this? So now, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay, so $9.93, and we're gonna sell about $2.50, right? So that's gonna leave us with $7.43. So now, let's say for instance, she doesn't get WIC because the kids are over 5, but they're also under 10, under 12. So that means they still need childcare. How's she gonna pay for childcare? Where's she getting it from? She getting vouchers. So she gets vouchers for all of them. Okay. But it's not enough because the vouchers only pay for a percentage of it. It is not 100% free. So she still has to come up with an additional $50 a week for the kids to go. So that's another extra $200 she got to find. So what do you think she's doing right now? What do you think she got to do? Her and her mama on bad terms, Angie T. Right, CJ Baskets, but this is a hypothetical situation. Yep. Angie T said, damn. Yeah, they ain't no good terms. And her mama still got kids at home. She can't quit. She needs the money. Because if she's in the middle of a recertification with public housing, her rent is still $360. Bingo, stress-free, hit it right on the head. Find an under-the-table job. And what do you think that might be if she's good with her hands? She might be a what? A kitchen beautician. Bingo. Sound like I might know a little something about this, huh? Making plates. Oh my God, y'all my people. Y'all my people. Listen. Yes. Y'all better know it. Braiding hair. Selling some fish dinners. Whatever she got to do. And selling blood if she can get up the street. And she might be able to find Mr. Johnny Cab to take her up the street for $5. Make it do what it do. That's right. Because regardless, the baby's shoe, the feet, their clothes, yeah, sell blood. Yeah, I know people sell blood right now. Yeah. Y'all selling, they doing whatever they got to do. So you're going to keep your $7.43 because groceries is high. And if there is nothing else around you except for that dollar store that you work at and the Walmart, food high as hell at these two places, really. Because the little things that you get at the Dollar Tree or whatever, they're really just smaller versions of what you can get at Walmart. They're just smaller packages. So she got a job. She doing hair. And while she doing hair, sewing hair in, whatever she got to do, she got plates for sale for lunch on Fridays and Sundays. Friday through Sunday, she's selling plates because that'll take care of her light bill. And she does it over and over and over and over again while she waits for the child support department to find her baby daddy. And she done gave him the address a million times because he stayed right next door. She's doing everything she can to survive and just tired, Joe. Right. And I know that this sounds like a ridiculous scenario, but these are real. Yeah. Passed by a man in Dollar Tree, his jacket making plastic sounds, is full of snap. Wait a minute, not just wait, full of snacks, full of damn snacks, just he done went in there and boosted it all, didn't he? I'm taking broke. It's bigger. It's a bigger deal than people think. Yeah. It goes on every day. And I had to laugh at it because I've seen these people just back full of steaks, you know, just all in your pants. And your grandson's mom is doing all of those things right now. Yeah. She had to ask him for. I'm done. I'm done. So we see what single parents are going through. And it doesn't matter male or female, but 9 times out of 10, maybe 8 times out of 10, it is the mother who is the head of the household. She's trying to figure out how to make A and B equal C, and they ain't doing nothing but waving at each other. So this $743 now becomes her lifeline for the rest of the month. And hopefully she doesn't go through all of it. So now let's break that up by week. Because now she has she has about $165 or so per week. Yep. There we go. We didn't even went shopping yet. We didn't go shopping. The kids. So we're going to say that the one baby is allergic to everything. So we can't just buy anything in the store. We have to buy specialty food items. You see, all of that plays a part. We didn't even think about the fact that the poor girl got to purchase washing powder, dishwashing detergent, personal care items for herself. And we ain't talking about makeup and all of that and getting her nails done. She can't even afford that. She don't even have cable. She don't even have Wi-Fi. She got the basics and she uses her phone for everything. Yes. And so the church probably does something down the street. You know, the Oh Lord, Hold My Mule Missionary Baptist Church down the street. Yes. So she can't even use press-ons because they're too expensive. And the library that they have, it's dusty. Ain't no telling when was the last time that they got new books in it, and it's still using dial-up. You won. Maria says she won. But are you following where I'm going with this? And these are in these rural communities. Let's talk about the fact that she is getting Medicaid for the kids, but she doesn't have anything. And guess what? She got 2 cavities tearing her up every day. Library got kung fu spiders in there. Period. Yeah. Hey, Snarky. We got a project going on. Yep, she's got Medicaid for now, but she doesn't have anything because she can't. She's not a part of it. And so now she has to figure out how to make $160 something a week stretch for her and the kids for food. One of the children has a gluten allergy and is allergic to milk and other dairy products. So she has to watch everything, which means she's spending a little bit more, right? And let me tell you something else she had to do too. In order for her to make the money that she needs to make, guess what? She has to do one of two things. She has to take some of the $160 something per week for her groceries, and she has to buy her supplies so she can make her plates and see if she can double her money while she braid hair on the side. They darn sure would, Samantha. You getting a headache, Joe? Happens every day. Every day. Life is like that for real. A sad reality project about what single parents are currently facing daily. Yes. And married people too. Yeah. Auntie peeking in y'all window. That's my window. This is my window right here. This is what I was living like while I was in graduate school. Now, the one thing that I wasn't getting was $993, so I didn't have nothing to sell. Yeah, this was me. Mm-hmm. That was me. Trying to make it do what it do. Yep. So I sold plates. I braided hair. I didn't know if I was getting child support or not. I was just like, well, whatever. They still got to eat. I can't put the babies on the shelf like their dad do. I got to make it do what it do. So I pulled out my fingers. Started doing hair. I was about 40 pounds lighter. No gray hair. And I still had real eyebrows. What do you think I was doing? I get out there and throw a little leg out. And Mr. Leroy would fix my car for me just so I could sit in the front seat and be pretty. Got to do what you got to do because I got to keep the car running. Don't act like I'm the only one that did that. I needed my car fixed. Ain't that for? I'm keeping it. Listen. Thank you. Because, yeah, dancing for me. Girl, we all got a mechanical shoe. I didn't have children, but I didn't have to do some of that in college. You did? Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I was like, all right now, I got these babies. I got to do what I got to do. And I was working in radio at one point, and it was pretty cool. But when that opportunity ended, and I made a decision to move, to go to school, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need somebody to work on this car. Let me go on down here. I had this true story. I remember one time I went to the grocery store, broke as a joke, and I got in line with all my groceries. I knew what time of the month it was. Had my little face made up, had my little contacts in so you could see the color of my eyes. Boy, Papa bought those groceries that day because he had a food stamp card. You had 2 jobs? Mm-hmm. I sure did. Mm-hmm. 100. I have not. Carol, what's y'all laughing at me? Big Mom over here telling y'all some true stories right here without getting into too much detail. Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. Leg time. Listen, And I didn't even have to do any of that. It was just go out there and smile. Because y'all been there. See, I know I'm not the only one out here doing what you got to do to make sure these babies eat. And I don't have to give you nothing but a smile. Because I'm not giving you nothing. Let me see what you say. You said, thank you for sharing this because after I was in shame, but I did that to kid. Ain't no shame. I had no shame. Listen, I've never, and you know, all the, you know, I'm dignifying this. Y'all think you want to. I'm keeping it real because it's Friday night. And we have to keep it real sometimes. And, you know, people have an assumption. Like I saw somebody had taken my video. They do this a lot. When my videos go viral, they take them and they put them on YouTube without my name. That's why you notice I'm starting to put Brownstone Worldwide on there on the in the logo portion where it's somewhere where you can see it so you can't take it off. Because y'all out here on YouTube real bad taking my stuff. So I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start putting that stuff on there. Well, this one guy keeps taking my viral stuff. And I finally had enough. He has a subscription service, y'all. And I have friends who have subscribed to him on YouTube. They're the ones that send me the videos with me in it. None of my information is on there, right? So you're getting paid off of my content because you're sharing it on your page. Well, I went through and I read some of the comments. And they were like, Auntie looked like she ain't never had a hard day in her life, you know, or look at her sitting up in there. Because I'll sip my ice water, my lemonade or whatever. And I did this one on What's a Black Job. Oh, that one blew up. And he had taken that one. Auntie looked like what's she talking about? A black job sitting over there with her bougie house, XYZ. Y'all don't know what I had to do to get this house. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble. Right. Take my stuff and just go. And so that's why I'm starting to watermark all my stuff. They have no idea. Hey, Javina, how you doing? Yeah, girl, they don't know. They don't know. Now, Javina probably know because me and you, we went to school together. You know what it was like growing up in Milwaukee. You know what it was like out here if you had kids or whatever and just struggling and so forth, right? So, or just the fact that we've been following each other on Facebook even after we graduated or whatever, you know, and you see some of the stuff you watch. There's a couple of y'all that might be on here right now that have watched my children grow up on social media. It was not cute. It was not cute because I was at school. Then I was doing this. Brownstone's not new, you know, and I was still trying to build it. And so, you know, people have this wrong idea because you know how to hold your head up regardless of what it looked like. Which is my point in saying all of this. You know what I mean? We had to make it back. Come on now, you better say that by any means necessary and hold my head up anyway. Because nobody was coming to save me. Nobody. Just like nobody's coming to save the majority of a lot of us. If you don't have family by you, if you're estranged, which I was not. My mother has been deceased for a long time. But I lived near my dad at the time. And he was a newlywed. He had just remarried. And, you know, of course, I'm not going to live with my dad and my new stepmom. We're not doing that. So I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? And she treated me by taking my kids. Oh, Lala, I'm sorry. Yep. And we all are. We all are. So when we don't look like we don't look like what we've been through. So when I hear people or read the horrible comments, that's why I said, well, tonight, let's just go ahead and let's figure out what it's like to live on food stamps and live in public housing. Because guess what? The company that she works for, even though they make billions of dollars every year, even though they are a Dollar Tree company or a dollar company, guess what? They're not paying their employees a livable wage so she can do what she needs to do. Now, see what? Oh, Lord. What I miss with shock. It's true, right? So here we go. So now this young lady, don't know who she is, but it's very close to my own story. She just got the notification that she won't be getting food stamps next month. Someone said your face is being used. No, it's not. I know what I was doing when I did it. Yeah. I'm all over India. No, that's me. I get stopped in the so. Oh, Sandra, you were. Oh, and I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I'm real, and I am real. Yes, yeah. I've been doing it 30 years. Do you see what I mean now? Yeah, I've been doing it 30 years, girl. Mm-hmm. Hey, Andrew Hill, how are you? Yeah, no, nobody's using my face without my permission. I was hired, and they loved it so much. They were like, "Can we use your face for 2 years in India?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I didn't know. I didn't find out that they were using it in the U.S. until about 3 months ago. Yep. Sandra, you're in DC. How is it going in DC right now? So y'all don't get scared now. I'm yeah. She said, well, dot, dot, dot. Good to hear, Andrew. Oh, yeah, I do. I do. You're kidding, Sandra. Like what? See, this is good stuff. Ah, so for the No Kings protest, yes. So I know down here where I am that they started putting things out when the sun went down here. Hey, Nashville, how you doing? Okay, Yvette, come on in the building. Yes, and the White House is barricaded, basically. Child, we know, honey. Did y'all see he want to build something extra? Like Chicago in front of Broadview. Okay. Welcome back, Sugar Mama. DC is occupied. My bestie from All of Life sent me a picture of troops and said, y'all, I done took my professional hat off now since I done shared, I needed a Papa Daddy to keep my car fixed. Now I don't mind paying for it. It's gonna be a long time before I replace the car that I have. Let's dig a little bit deeper. So now she just found out that her vouchers are being discontinued. We just said this is called life math, okay? So now her voucher is being discontinued. So what I will be doing is I will be broadcasting live because I'm singing on Saturday. That's what I'm doing. Might as well. I will be reporting on some of it as well when I get, once people start, sending in information. Because I had to, girl, Sandra. I had to. Y'all know how we are. We multifaceted. You going to work after? Good for you. You having a cookout after the protest? Okay. So a lot of you guys are just going to pick up and go back to work. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Excellent. I love it. I love it. Perfect. There's a lot of things I don't believe about some of this rain. So what I will be doing is highlighting some of the things as they happen. So I'll be like a Grand Central. I'm setting everything up tomorrow, computers and stuff, so I can kind of, watch the different states and see what's going on and see how much information that I can glean from people. If you are going and you want to share with me what you have going on without showing your face, please just send me a DM so I can share it with the neighbors and the people in the neighborhood. Oh, and let's talk about that, y'all. Everybody here, you all are neighbors. I will be. I will be. I have to sound check is at, I think, 7? Is it 7? Let's go to No Kings. Let's do that. Y'all, we just all over the place. I don't have it in me to just really just run through the news tonight. I really don't. And this, so now she done found out. Listen, 7 p.m. I'm hopefully I'll start looking at the back of my eyelids at 7 a.m. we shop. Real talk. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go live at 7. So I'm gonna take my little tripod and so forth, and we're gonna be singing. Yes. All right. Let's see. So she's lost her vouchers because the daycare just found out that they're not going to be a part of the program anymore because the program has pulled all vouchers. So either you come up with the money, and for 3 children under the age of 12, it's $175 a week. So now she got to do something. So $175 a week times 3, what is that, y'all? How in the hell is she going to do that? When she only makes $1,052, but childcare is now officially $525 a week. She can't. There's no way. Right? Because now she got to come up with $2,100 a month. So now what is she going to do? She lives in a rural town. Her and her mama are estranged. She don't know where her daddy is. She got these 3 kids. Baby daddy lived next door with his new girlfriend. And they all went to high school together. And even though he's working, he refuses to give her any money. And then after you sat down on the ground and cried, you would get up. Stress-free. Would that be the solution? Especially with baby daddy and the girlfriend staying next door and the girlfriend don't have no kids yet? Come on now. What do you think will happen? She has applied for child support. They say they can't find him, even though she gave him the address. These are real life stories. This is the kind of crap that really happens. Angie T said, I got it. Rice, beans, and potatoes. And she goes to Stockings at night. Find an older person in the neighborhood. Okay, so we found Miss Gladys. Miss Gladys says she'll watch them babies for her for $25 a week. She still got to come up with $100 a month. Yep, he working under the table. He sure is. You know what table he working under too? That snowy one. She can't run a daycare because she live in the project. So this is perfect for Miss Gladys. Because Miss Gladys and Miss Louise run it. Yes. They the candy lady in the projects. Yes. Well, if he working under the table, there's nothing that they can get from him. And he knows that. That's why he won't go get a job. And they can't catch him. Viola just confirmed. So basically, to child support and the local government, he doesn't have a job. He has no income. Not only do you have to remember that they may take a portion of that child support to pay for the medic. Yes, and that is correct. Legal aid wait list takes a long time. And she doesn't have that kind of time because guess what? The children are being raised as we speak. Damn, Sheila said bad news always leads back to a deadbeat man. Woo! So now we got Miss Gladys and Miss Louise in position, $25 a week. She can handle that. So that means that she could take a portion of her selling plates and braiding hair to take care of that. Or you have no filter. Spread love. Ooh, for all the gentlemen in the room. We understand that you are all not like that. But it sounds like we need to have a woosah moment with some of the ladies. Yes, that's what this sounds like. So if she's on government assistance, they will be coming for those dads. Correct. If they can find them. If they can find them. So she's got Miss Gladys, and that's taken care of. Now, here's another issue. Not only did she just get a letter about her voucher, she just got a letter that they're cutting her food stamps. And she doesn't know, because of the government shutdown, when she will have any resources. And if they do go to jail, she still isn't going to get any money from them. And Lord knows if he got any kind of license of anything, they're going to take that. I know, stress-free. Head of household here. Yep. So and it's really bad. But here's the thing. This is a true story. This is somebody's story. I'm not just compiling this. This stuff really happens. And people have to figure out how in the hell they're going to get out of it. You live in a rural town. Only 2 to 3 different places you could work, plus the local gas station, which is owned by a group of folks that are not from this country. True story. Because they bought it from the local old white guy that died, and his family wants nothing to do with it. So they got it at such a low price. And this little gas station sells everything and even has credit accounts because they know you don't have the money. I was in this position many years ago, and I think I started cleaning houses and took my kids. Yep. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let me tell y'all something. When I was in radio, I took mine with me because I couldn't afford daycare. I sure did. That's what's wrong with my son right now. That's why he knows the stuff that he does, because he saw me do it. He saw me edit. He saw me run 3 radio stations. He saw me do all of it. And he was 2. I couldn't afford it. And the company didn't care, because the guy that owned it, he didn't live in the city at all. And I didn't have time to be in the streets. First of all, I was too old. Because by the time KJ got here, I was 38. Yeah. Your ex managed to get SSI because of that child support stop for me. I don't even want to talk about it. Because it shouldn't have. You should have been getting whatever he was getting. My sister had to do that. Yep. You take your kids to work with you sometimes if you have to. So that helps a lot. And he didn't, as long as the job was getting done, they would go to live remotes with me. They would be on the air with me. People in the community knew who my kids were. Some of them still follow me to this day. They have watched my son grow up. They have watched Lily go to college and graduate. And I'm in a different phase of my life. And life continues to happen, but we're talking about these young mamas don't have no guidance, no help. And they just out here. And these are real and true scenarios. And yes, it does sound like it is exhausting. But these things, folks, they really do happen. And when we're talking about people who are callous enough to say things like, work 80 hours, the girl works 38 and they refuse to give her anything more than that, because if she does, then they'll have to pay for health insurance for her and her children. And sadly, she couldn't afford it on $10 an hour anyway. K-Times, they cutting it now. It is almost impossible, which is why we get creative and we find different ways. I know people that throw parties so they could pay their rent. Back in the day, we called it a what? A rent party. People had speakeasies for real because they had to pay their bills. You remember a rent party? Oh, my mama kept a rent party going. In a what? In a brownstone. Listen. And if it wasn't a rib party, she was having a card party. Follow me? And if it wasn't a card party, somebody was throwing bones. My mother was a single parent. She had to do what she had to do. That doesn't include time for doctor visits for herself and the kids. And Lord forbid, if one of the babies gets sick, who gonna watch her? Or him? Because she still has to go to work so she can bring in some kind of income. I had $5,800 in taxes last year. I wanted to go to my fellow citizens who need help. Whoa, you paid $58. Yeah, okay. Girl, light bill, gas bill, whatever. My mama was a single mom too. Yes, we did what we had to do. Let me tell y'all something. I love my children. I promise you I do. But when I tell you, I'm so glad they grown. Woo, because it was so many days as a single mother, I didn't know if I was coming or going. Because things were happening so fast and it was rapid and it seemed like it was just like, and I was like, I just remember sometimes just sitting down, just holding my head going, how in the world am I going to get out of this? How in the world? I got to do something. I don't know what else to do. I've tried everything. I've done everything. And then for me to come and go online and see these people who make these snide comments about people who are receiving any type of government assistance. And we have to learn how to be careful when we're in, when we think we are above reproach with our little thug thumbs. You know what I'm saying? we just on here just thugged out, just why you don't need them and so forth. And I'm glad that this is happening because now you can get up and go to work. Go put your teeth in your mouth and come back and talk to me when you got some sense. No, I did not. And many people are like that. And the tables will turn, which is why I said what I said today and why I wanted to do this particular exercise, writing it down, going through it and say, what were her other options? Did she really have any? Oh, and she did have access to, the bus will come and pick her up to go. I'm just making up stuff now. To go and take her to the unemployment office so she could go apply for new jobs. And down there, she found out about a CNA program. And if she could get through the CNA certification, then she would go from making $10 an hour to $12.75 an hour. And it would come with benefits. What you think she should do? They'll provide her with transportation. They'll do all the things. It'll help put her kids in daycare while she's in school. Get the license. She has no choice at this point. She would do the program. I'm about to cuss. She need to. Take the CNA class. Do you know how many people that I know right now that went back to school because it was their only option? There's my truth. I didn't have any other option. There was nothing else out there for me. So when I got my bachelor's degree, now all of a sudden I'm overqualified. So what did I do? I said, well, I got to do something else. Y'all gonna help pay for that too? Okay, I'll go for my MBA. I can do a dual program. Okay, I'll go ahead and get my doctorate while I'm at it. And while I'm at it, you said that I can get a large enough loan so that I can pay for housing and food too? Okay. But nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to pretend that they just made those decisions because I wanted to do the right thing. Lies. The lies you tell. Some of us did it because it was the only way some of us could survive until we could get out. You did all of that too, Alexa? Yeah. Because at first time, so I got my associates first, then I went back, got my bachelor's. And at first time I went back, it was kind of because I wanted to do it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get this MBA. Got my MBA. But baby, by the time that second one rolled around and they said I could do a dual program, and because I was doing it at the same time, they would just extend it another 6 months. You think I didn't jump on that and take that extra loan? I sure did. I was like, oh, that'll give me a little bit more time. I didn't have to take out the full amount, but I needed it because I couldn't find any work. And so I was in school, and as long as I was keeping my grades up, and I graduated with 3.9 or some crazy number. I literally did not work the whole time I was in my my MBA and my doctoral program. I had no choice. I had bills to pay. The kids needed to eat. They still needed to be home so that they could be taken care of. And I was taking calls at the house. And it was during a political season. And so I was calling people for surveys, and I was getting paid, what was it? I think $11 an hour. And I could log in whenever I wanted to. How y'all think I knew about all of these work at home programs? I can tell you what's legit, what's not. Don't waste your time with all of this other crap that y'all seeing about stacking jobs. That's not new. It's not new. I had to eat. So I had to figure out how to get my LLC and do everything under my business name so I could continue to survive. Oh, I had to figure it out. I had no choice. And no, I wasn't getting Medicaid. I wasn't getting food stamps. I wasn't getting any of that. I just had to figure it out. And that's what people out here doing. Calculating everything. Yeah. Life scholarship. Yes, girl. Yes, Angie T. I was doing all the things. It was, man, listen, creative. So when I'm not saying that I was above it. When I see so many people on social media, and another reason why I'm telling the story, because I don't ever want anybody to sit here and think for a minute, and you can look at me and tell that, number one, I have not been through the struggle. Number two, that I don't know what I'm talking about. And number three, that I wouldn't know how to hustle hard if I needed to, because baby, I have done it. Like a lot of us. And we're not going to sit here and play and pretend that with everything that is currently happening right now, that some of us don't already know what to do. Are you following where I'm going with this? I could tell my story all day, but let me tell you something. A lot of us are already living it because we have. Even though sometimes we don't have to do it, we've done it so long, we already know this is what it is. Well, I'm glad you do, Foxy, because it's the truth. We've been doing it. You picking it up, Sheila? A lot of us know. So when, I see people, they want to, well, my money's not stretching. Make it stretch. Make it do what it do. Like I saw somebody post earlier. Or if you with someone who can't keep a job and so you do what you need to. First of all, I would help them pack their bags. That part. Because I ain't finna do it. I'm too old. No, ma'am. I had that conversation with somebody today. No. You sliding what up under my table? Your shoes. Let me help you. That part, been gone. I hold on to George Washington till it's scream. You better know or you make $1 holler. On period. No. Your name not on that. Where you think you going? Matter of fact, spend the night. Where? Who do that? Y'all better carry on. No. No, Joe. We cannot both be sitting up in here, bro. And you sitting in my face telling me I'm pretty? I don't care nothing about that. Yep. Yes, Candace, here we go. Cheers to that. Lots of animal costumes. I bet you, did y'all do the line dance? Slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross. Good. I saw the frog. It said something about continue to resist or something. They just did it. I know it was amazing. I'm cutting costs and trying to cut back on everything to get by. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like we don't know what to do. Now, that doesn't make it right. Let's be clear. Hence the reason for tomorrow. But let's also be clear on something else. It can't just be tomorrow. As long as we don't give them what they want. Exactly. Which means one of the things we talk about here all of the time. And what is that? We have to hit them in their pocket. Because that's the only thing they understand. They know we about to go out here and march and walk and do all the things and so forth and all of that. They understand that. They know exactly what's going on. And that's why they're calling it an Antifa protest. What? Stop. Stop. Just stop. Please. Please. Just know. You got your signs ready? You didn't want to go, but you can't not go. And Kayshawn, you know what? It's so funny you say that. The holidays are no for you during this time. It's hard to enjoy the holidays. It is, with so much going on. Now, we can say what we want to, but I also wanted to bring this up as well. The people that have been illegally detained in this country. I find it hard to not, first of all, pray for those folks, but also to ask myself, what would they be doing at this time? Not, you said you were going after violent folks. Well, if that's the case, there's a whole bunch of violent folks that was born in this country. You should have went and got them. You should have got some of them other folks that you hang with too while you at it, like the one that you just pardoned. You are correct. Too much is at risk for us not to resist every single day. How can we celebrate with them? That's my point, Carol Sue. How do we do that? My spirit wouldn't even set well doing it. It's just a part of me that would just be like, now's not a time for me to do that. You've been doing the research for who has been taking AIPAC money and who I'm going to vote for. Yeah, you have to, Kayshawn. And I know we're going to get to the list, but child, it's already 10:46. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Here's what I'm going to do. Because I got the list. It's here. It's just, Samantha, you are right. Absolutely. And I don't even know why. And I'm probably, you know what? Let me be quiet. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. How do I explain to the little ones about canceling holidays? Well, here's the thing. You don't have to cancel it for them. I just know I don't have any reason to, I'm good, Krista. How are you? I know. See, that's the thing. On the days that I sing, I have no dairy. And I'm going to be singing for 2 hours. We're doing 2 sets. So I'll probably be resting the majority of the day. No, I'm going to my studio tomorrow. Did y'all hear what I just said? Can I tell y'all what just happened? I have a studio now. Brownstone Worldwide has a studio. Hold on. I'm fangirling over myself now. And I'll be going over there to record some podcasts. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you, Javina. Yeah, I'll be going over there tomorrow. And I'm excited about it because it is a testament to continuing to keep moving, right? Keisha, there's more to come, and I will be quiet about that. But I didn't want to say anything about it until I was legit sure, and I had the key in my hand, and I was like, Brownstone Worldwide has a studio. Oh my God. So I can go in there, I can go work and, do the things and whatever. So it's pretty cool. And I know it's just the beginning. It is just the beginning. So I'm super, super excited about that. And I'm not saying that I'm using it for anything else but Brownstone, right? So sometimes, I might cut a commercial in there. Other times, we're going to be recording podcasts. And I interviewed the November cover in the studio. When was it? Last week, Sunday. And they were like, oh, this is so nice. It's so nice. This is so nice. Where's the restroom? Oh, this is so nice. Yes. So going forward, now that I know that it's there, I will have, water and stuff, refreshments for the people that I'll be interviewing. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. And I do know that I will need a bigger space. I already do, but this is a start. And it is within my budget. So we will say that. I didn't even think it was, and I'm so excited, and I have to share this with a lot of you guys because some of you all been rocking with me since we were Cullen's Corner. Some of you all remember. We've been doing this a long time. Yep. And at one point, the website was when I walked into the studio. No, I was more like I've been really praying and meditating on it, and I was like, okay, this is one step, and then I got an email from my printer for Brownstone Living Magazine. And they told me that they were increasing the price of the magazine for print. And I was like, oh God, because paper's already expensive, right? That's how come I don't mass print them. You have to order it from me. But honey, I was driving up the street the other day. You have missed your visits. Well, Sandy, I'm here. I was driving up the street the other day, and on this side of the neighborhood, it's a city I don't normally go on, but it's not far from me because the town I live in is so small. And I was going to go get this 10-piece wings, order fries for $8. What's right next door? A printer. What do they print? Magazines. Hey, Plant Love, how are you? Magazines. And I was like, yes. So I have a meeting with them next week. What I am looking to do, and it's going to happen, it's just me moving really slow. And so I'll be moving quickly so much is happening and moving. So by January, a lot of other things will be in place. Hey there, how are you, Dela or Della? Yeah, Delia. I'm sorry. That was a blessing. It is. It absolutely is, and I'm grateful for it. So the studio, no matter how small, and it's not small, because it's a couch in there, 2 chairs, my 3 microphones, and then I have this beautiful window with just all this sunlight that comes through. So it's pretty cool. It's really, really nice. White walls. And I'm going to be changing out my office to give it some extra, so I have extra space. where it'll look like it's got the nice backdrop, and I'll be able to do the private podcasts, which we're working on now. So I found a printer. Let's see how this goes, because I am excited about that. I'm excited because here's the thing. December will make year 3 for Brownstone Living Magazine, and I never thought we would get here. I never did. And we kept right on going. So next year, I'm hiring a full-time salesperson. And that's going to make a difference. And of course, events. We'll be doing some events as well. Which brings me to what I said I was going to tell y'all about. Thank you, Jambi. This is so cool. Y'all. I tell you, it's more than just a labor of love. This is a necessary movement at this time because I am media. Media is me. And you guys don't get information a lot of times unless you're hearing it from me and from people like me. And with everything that is happening right now with so many people, thank you, Cheryl. With everything that's happening right now, you're getting your information from somewhere. You might as well get it from someone that you know is going to do the research first. And I'm not just talking about me, but Heather and others that work with me to get the information to you, JR and so many other folks. So this isn't a one-woman show at all. So yeah, just wanted to kind of point that out. And then let me see. Let's talk about something that I shared with you all earlier this week. As we continue to grow, I am officially, I think overall with all of the platforms, we're at 135,000 followers and growing. And I'm excited about that. And so I wanted to make sure, I appreciate y'all. First of all, for help letting me continue to keep it real. That's first. Let's talk about that. And it is important. Remember when they used to have the black newspapers and say, and do, like they say, yes, ma'am, I do, Kayshawn. Yes. So one of the things that is most beneficial is the monetization of the platforms, but then also advertising dollars. But then there's something else. And we have created membership tiers. And I told you all I was going to tell y'all about it tonight. And it's done. So we have 3 different membership tiers that you can consider. And I'll be sharing more about it. But the first one, and they're cheap. It's like the first one is like $5 a month. And it gives you exclusive access that you won't be able to get if you're on social media. I'm going to share more about that on Monday and share the link on Monday. But there's tier 1, which is $5. It is called The Corner. Because remember, we're Brownstone Worldwide. You are the people in the neighborhood, right? So you can be on the corner. You can hang out, be like, hey, y'all. Or you can get the stoop. It's $10 a month. That comes with a lot more benefits and additional things and some private stuff. And then if you so choose for $20 a month, you can become an ambassador of the Neighborhood Watch. So I'll be sharing exactly what each one of those break down and correlate to, and then you can pick whichever one that you want. What that does is that helps us to continue to keep the lights on. It helps us to keep people paid as this thing continues to grow. And for some of you all know how this started. Javina, if she's still here, and other people that know me personally. For those of you all who started hanging out with me at the beginning of the, right around, what was it? Around November. Some of you all started coming into my lives and stuff. You'll take Ambassador Alex. Yeah. So, I'll be sharing what that is and sharing the link. And it is a way for us to stay connected outside of, what we're doing, but it's grown so much. And I really do appreciate it. Javina says, still here, sis. Oh, but yeah. And so we're moving to the next phase where we've got private rooms and stuff where we will be able to share information, but that's only if you are an ambassador. You'll be able to do that, and it comes with some extra perks and stuff. But yeah. I think this is where I'm going to end because I didn't want to do anything heavy. Like y'all, you see what's happening out there, but I am going to have my nose in these computers. I'm going to set one up right here. We're going to have one right here. We're going to have one right here. And Cityscape Radio, I'm going to make sure that we are playing that kind of music all day tomorrow. So if you want to, listen while you're doing whatever, we're going to be playing music from the 60s and the 70s, some jazz, some funk, a mixture of old school and stuff like that. And you can listen in while we continue to program that, because the app, I cannot wait. The app will be back. The app will be back in November, I think. Yeah, November. You're going to watch it. You can literally, Jen, you can go to Brownstone Worldwide right now. You can go to the website itself, and it's at the very top. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up on my other phone. I don't even know what's playing right now. I really don't. It's probably something raunchy because I programmed it myself. And on Friday nights, we get down. Oh. So here's brownstoneworldwide.com on my phone, right? And you see the latest news right there. And you'll see this young man, it says Cityscape Radio. If you tap that, it'll take you to Cityscape. Boom. You can enter your information or you can bypass that altogether. And I hit no thanks. And then because the app is not available in the App Store right now, bypass that and just hit continue, and it'll take you directly to, okay, you don't keep playing with me. Hold on. No thanks. I said no. The greatest bossa nova. That's what's playing right now. And then there's news and information. If you want to look at that, you can look at that. There's news at the bottom. Mass school morning staff member who died after being kicked by a student. What? Officials weigh sweeping ban on common item to protect iconic U.S. oasis. Here's what you need to know. Da 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 da. So you'll hit this X. You'll hit the X, and it'll take you back to where we currently are, and you can hit the play button. So it plays all kind of music, but I have it programmed for funk, hip hop, not funk, hip hop, funk, R&B, old school tomorrow because of what's happening. So I will be now remember, I'm from radio. So I'm a little DJ. I think I'm a little DJ, but and Tony Sanchez was on earlier. He plays. What's the app? Had to step away. Cityscape Radio. You can actually access it from Brownstone Worldwide, and the app will be available. Y'all can download it soon again. I had to pull it down because I was not happy with the way that it looked. So, yeah, and all that costs money too, y'all. So that's what this helps to do, and it helps to keep the doors open. And that's just me being honest, right? So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have to really get in here and do it. And I have to do it right. And there's a lot of things, but we'll talk about it on Monday, and then the link will be available on Monday, as well as merch. So you can let people know that you're one of the people in the neighborhood. So there's that. I can't think of anything else. Does anybody have anything else? Will there be one? Will they come? Will you come? You plug it in when you wake up. Okay, cool. That's what's up. I love it. I love it. Y'all, I really do appreciate you all for hanging out with me tonight. I hope the food stamp activity gave you all something to think about. And if I gave you all a flashback you didn't want to experience, I apologize. But I don't want us to forget, for those of us who have been through it. I appreciate that, Candace. I do, Sugar Mama. That's why I want us to get out there and act like we got some sense. Yes, because some of them, they're asking you, some of you guys, to be at your locations at 10 a.m. I know they want people here in my area available at 10 a.m. In a secluded area. They don't, and then they're going to head on to, I guess, Atlanta, whatever. They're saying that this is going to be like 5 million strong. So everybody's Antifa, right? I don't believe that. Don't, and that's another thing that we have to dispel as well. There has not been a decision. It's so funny you brought that up, because I actually did do some research on that. And the last bit of information that I have is there's nothing yet. Nothing yet. But it looks like they will be making some adjustments to Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. And we'll see what that is. We'll see what that is. Everybody just needs to just stop. Yeah, he wants to invoke the Insurrection Act, y'all, of 1907. Oh, we're going to get through this, okay? I promise. We're gonna get through it, and we're going to all sit down and have a fish fry. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have fish fry. We're going to play cards. We're going to play some dominoes. We're going to drink Coca-Cola. I'm hearing some people say not to bring your phone. Thoughts? I think that if you are going to do it, that you should seriously consider either, like Kayshawn was saying yesterday, a burner if you have it, or turning off all of your security features except for like manual passcode, and also keeping yourself in airplane mode. Get you plenty of water, yes. Yeah. And y'all just remember this. Remember, I say it all the time. Right's right because it is right. And lastly, here's the other thing. Oh, you do reap what you sow. You do. And there will come a day when some of these people will wake up in the middle of the night and sit up and say, what the hell did I just do? Yeah, turn off your location as well. Airplane mode is best. Turn off your location. I know it is, except for this time, these people aren't playing by the rules. They're not. At all. And they don't care. That's the difference. Stick together. No violence. Stay safe out there. It is worse. It is. Have your blood type on your arm and your contact information. I say your forearm right here. Have a Faraday bag for your phone as well. Yep, We Shop said it best as well. Stay far away from agitators. Yep, it's all of us except, well, wear the correct clothes. Don't go out there looking like Peppermint Patty by the feet with your toes out. This is not that kind of party. Don't be bringing the churn. Don't bring the churn. Don't do it. Leave the babies at home. I'm just because now I'm deliriously sleepy. But yeah, you're wearing your sunglasses and a mask if you can. Now, in some areas, make sure you know exactly what the rules are. I know, Catherine. It is, but we have to do our due diligence and make sure that everybody is safe, and that we know what to do. We have to be careful out there, and every day. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Oh, that's what happens when you're up all night. So a Faraday bag is almost like the one I have. Let me see. But it's like I don't want to say it's like a military bag, but it's like an over the shoulder, right? And it's small enough for you to keep. Yeah. And you could put like, little things in it or whatever. Y'all get ready to get some rest. It's 11 o'clock where I am. Thank you all. I hope that you all got something today. And maybe discuss this with some people, especially when they get to saying people need to go get jobs because they're getting food stamps. Okay. All right, y'all. 3 things that we always like to tell everybody before we end for the evening. 1, love your life. It is the only one that you have. 2, live your life to the fullest and embrace everything that is your life because you only get one you. And lastly, breathe through every single moment. I'll pop my head in here tomorrow, make sure that everybody is okay throughout the day. All right? We'll see you around.
Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain and we will help you live well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are welcome in the essence. This broadcast, Brownstone, the light is contagious. But you need go on and receive it for yourself. Just open it, exuberant, evolution, exciting. We standing on the foundation of expression. You might have seen, you might have been, or you could have gravitated. Our foundation, we want to create a space for all to collaborate and be liberated from eventually all over the globe. And we are extending a hand to those who are an extension from maybe platforms, dig into another stratosphere. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain and we will help you live well. And that is MSG, the message in the message. I can OD on my execution of excellency. And this as a man right now, and things aren't created, but see true.